So today we all are gathered here for the exciting workshop on the fascinating world of chatbots. So in this today workshop, we are going to have some ice-breaking session, introduction to Alexa, overview of Google Assistant, and how we can maximize the ChatGPT. And also we'll understand about how there are different types of chatbots involved in different industries, the key components of chatbot. And the very exciting part is we are going to build a chatbot using Dialogflow, where there is no requirement for any kind of coding knowledge. Also, the importance of chatbots and the real-world applications of chatbots. And finally, we'll go through the industry project. So it's awesome to have the live sessions and question answers to interact. And also, we'll have the digital certification details at the end of the session. So let's go through the first icebreaker session. The very first question goes to that, have you ever talked to chatbot? So what are some examples of the chatbot that you are used? And does really the chatbots will think like a human being? So do you trust the chatbot for different purposes? So the very first question is like, do you have experience of using chatbots? So finally jumping for the first activity part, that is a fun fact quiz. The first question is that, when was the first chatbot created? Anyone from the crowd who would like to answer? The answer would go as it's a 1966. The first chatbot that was developed is the Eliza. I think you all heard about the name. So the next question is, which chatbot assistant was introduced by Apple in 2011? Anybody from the crowd can answer. Yeah, the answer goes, that is the Siri. So the third question is the name of OpenAI chatbot that can hold conversations and generate the text. So that's the ChatGPT. Which company created the chatbot? That is Alexa. Which company created the chatbot Alexa? So the answer would be, that is Amazon. Amazon is the company that has created a chatbot called as Alexa. So what does NLP stand for? You have the options, that is natural learning process, neural language processing, natural language processing. So which chatbot won the Leibniz Prize turning test multiple times? So we have the options like Eliza, Alice, and Watson. Anybody from the crowd who would like to answer apart from Abhinandan? So the answer goes as Alice. Alice is the chatbot that won the Leibniz Prize. That is like multiple times. So going forward, what is the primary function of chatbot? One, it can to entertain the people, to answer the questions and assist the users, and to replace human jobs entirely. So it goes as to answer the questions and assist users, answer the questions and assist the users. So moving forward, you all are seeing the image of a Siri. Okay, it's a very famous chatbot, you can say, or application of AI. Siri is an Apple AI-powered virtual assistant that allows the users to interact using the voice command. So it can send the messages, it can control the home devices, all without requiring the user to touch the devices also. So it was the first voice-activated artificial assistant, and it was introduced in 2011 with iPhone 4S. So proceeding that, we have Alexa as well. I think you all have known about Alexa. Even Alexa is also voice-controlled assistant. So a lot of activities like AI, NLP, cloud computing, all the technologies are imbibed within this Alexa. Okay. So moving forward, it is integrated to so many smart devices. आप सभी ने Amazon Echo देखा होगा, Fire TV देखा होगा, third party products को. So Alexa हम control कर सकते हैं, it can to play the music, weather activities को, shops की online activities को चला सकते हैं. So all these activities will be done by voice command using Alexa. And a very interesting fact is that it is named after ancient library of Alexandria. We are giving the commands to Alexa. Show me the front door. Alexa will play the tumble leaf. So all the voice assistant activities will be done by your Alexa. So moving forward, the next chatbot application is about the assistant. You all have seen about the Google Assistant. How can I help you? Hey, Google, what is the time in the London? See, all these activities will be done using the Google Assistant. It's an AI-powered virtual assistant Here also, the main specialty is it is through voice command and also through the text input. So whatever text you are giving for the particular chatbot, it extracts that particular data. So here also a lot of activities of AIs are involved, NLP is involved. So we'll come to know how NLP works in the coming session. So, and it is also having one of the interesting fact, that is, it was introduced in 2016 and has become the one of the most advanced AI assistant today. So everyone in the world now, they are depending on this assistant and they get their updates with all the activities of AI activities and assistants. So everyone knows the ChatGPT. Today, the world is having the exclusive idea of ChatGPT, how ChatGPT works, every activities. So it can answer the question on any topic. And being a student, so it will help you to do the homeworks as well. So it will help to develop your projects. You can do a lot of creative writing. You can generate the stories. You can write the poems. You can write the jokes. How simple it is. Even it is an AI-powered chatbot. This is so crazy about ChatGPT. Now let's go to one small video clip that you all are going to watch this. So anybody from the crowd who understood about any ideas about the video or something like that? You have any crazy ideas to discuss? So you all are able to see the picture over here. There are two types of chatbots. One is the software-based chatbots, and the second one goes as a hardware-based chatbots. So do you know Sophia? So Sophia has a lot of activities as a chatbot. So moving forward with software chatbots. So basically they exist in the applications. They exist in the website, so many messaging platforms. So although they don't have any physical body, but they will communicate using a text or any kind of input or as a voice. ChatGPT will help with all your writings, answering the questions. Google Assistant is also there. And Alexa is there. Alexa is also voice assistant. So this also all categorized under software-based chatbots. And in the present market, customer service bots भी है. वेबसाइट में हमको देख के एक्टिविटीज को कर सकते हैं. जैसे आप बैंक्स में जा सकते हैं, ऑनलाइन स्टोर्स में जा कस्टमर एक्टिविटीज को कस्टमर सर्विस बॉट्स हमारे. So how do the software chatbots will work out? For example, you are a user, you'll ask a question, what is the weather today? So that data will be processed by your chatbot. So it will process the data and it will give the best answer. The very crazy answer is it's a 28 degrees Celsius and sunny. To see what all the human activities are triggered here. So very fun fact is like chatbots like ChatGPT can even generate the stories. Okay. So going forward, we have the hardware chatbots. So hardware, you mean to say they have some physical body, you can see you have physical devices. So a lot of hardware parts are involved in it. So robotic part, it might be sensors, it might be microphones, it might be speakers. आजकल हर इंडस्ट्री में हार्डवेयर चैटबॉट्स इंप्लीमेंट हो जाता है. Very best example, you have seen the photo or the image of Sophia. Sophia looks like a humanoid robot. So that can talk and it can express all the emotions. So Alexa Echo, Google Nest. So these all as divided as a hardware-based chatbots. And the very best example we have is about a self-driving car. That is a Tesla AI. This AI-driven cars will use the voice control. Self-driving car में Tesla की application developed हुआ है. There are so many toy robots available in the market. That is Cosmo is there, Vector is there. These all the robots will interact with humans. So actually hardware robots काम कैसे करते हैं? They will use a speak command, for example, play a song. The chatbot will listen using microphone and it will process the request. It will send the instructions. Now this hardware device will perform an action. What is the command that you are given? It's a play song. It plays the song to speakers. And a very fun fact about this hardware chatbot is like the Sophia will make the facial expressions. So it will hold the real conversations. So it is just like a humanoid robot. So moving forward, we have the key components of chatbot. Without a user, you cannot send any kind of information. Second goes as NLP, and next one is AI and knowledge-based responsible generation, learning adaptation. So first going with the user input. So now the input will come from the user that will be analyzed He will identify some kind of entities. Entities are just like a features. For example, whatever the feature or entity that you're giving. What time does school start today? See how the robots or the chatbots are inculcated with these technologies. The user is giving an intent. What time does the school will start today? Or some users will say, hey, play my favorite song. So जैसे आपने सभी वीडियो में देखा होगा, एक यूजर सॉन्ग को प्ले कर रहा था. So that's all about the user interaction. Without the input, chatbot won't know what you need. The start working. The spark begin with a conversation. It start with a conversation. So interaction हमारे से हो रहा है. We are talking to the chatbots. So it is giving the answer. Who is a user? It's me. So it's just like a crazy input. So going forward, we have NLP. So in the fun fact itself, you see in that NLP stands for Natural Language Processing. So it is basically a text, and it is basically a text. Normal text, जैसे आप WhatsApp पे मैसेज करते हैं, Facebook में इंटरेक्शन करते हैं, मैसेंजर्स को यूज. So that is all with the help of user interaction or a user input as a text. So NLP is a part of a chatbot. So it is just like a human, normal, simple. Just you can see the image over here. It is also data. Hello is also data. So the NLP is processing your data. So NLP is understanding. So it breaks down. It analyzes your words. So the computer can read and it will make the sense out of it. For example, hi, how are you? So it will break the intents. Hi is a separate intent. Hello is a separate intent. And how are you is a separate intent. So we'll break down those intents. So this is kind of a text, whatever the text you are giving as an input for robots. Actually, how it works. So going to the meaning, it looked like a simple sentence. Even school-going children will do the works. They can do their homeworks. So they can create a simple sentences. So even the chatbot is helping them. That is because of NLP. Parsing. So these all are involved as a parsing activities in NLP. Let's take an example, right? If you say, tell me a funny joke. So what happens? Normally, किसी से आप बात करेंगे तो क्या होगा? Tell me a funny joke. They will say some joke. They will interact with you. Now the NLP will identify that you want some humor. You want some response. So you are a user and you are giving as an intent or you're giving an input. So why it matters? Why there is a role of NLP? Without NLP, the chatbot will just see a string of letters instead of understanding your question or a command. So it is just like a string. String mana, just a 100101. It is a string. So to create that particular analysis of text, going forward, AI and knowledge base. So all this is a knowledge base. Knowledge kahan? For example, on automatically immediate access, the recommendation shuru ho jate. So basically, it is an algorithm. Responses को समझ जाए. So basically, AI algorithm को use, so it will perform the very best action, whatever the input that you give. जो भी आप उसको input दे रहे हैं. So Akashita has a question: how do chatbot ensure user privacy while handling sensitive data? And also, why do chatbots sometimes generate incorrect or misleading answers? So let's understand first the key components. So before knowing what chatbot actually having, what is the feature of the chatbot, you'll not understand how it actually captures the privacy. Okay, so it is all a part of AI privacy or the AI data, you can say. So we'll understand that. Yeah, that's a very good question to answer. Example, when you ask who is the president of USA, the AI looks up the information on the knowledge base and it finds the answer. That is example, Joe Biden. So here also AI matters a lot because you're giving the input. AI knowledge base ensures that chatbot can provide the correct and useful information. So it is not mandatory that it will answer the correct and useful answer all the time. It's depend on the AI knowledge base, how much the data is inserted, how much data you are giving. So moving forward, we have that is response generation. So response generation is how the chatbot forms a reply after it understands your question and gathers the needed information. So how it works? Drafting a reply. The AI uses the data from knowledge base and it's understanding from NLP and it will try to answer the question. Formatting the answer. You then translate your answer either into text or speech that you can easily understand. For example, after you take what's the weather today, the chatbot might generate a reply, it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny in your area. So it's kind of response generation. So the flow of response generation starts with first with the interpretation of user input. आपके इनपुट को मैच करेंगे, देन वहां से आपको appropriate response मिल जाए. Example, we have seen so many examples till now. So even this response generation matters a lot. Why? Because it is going to give the communication in a clear way. Because you are giving the intent. Intent आप दे रहे, but वो clear नहीं है. Intent clear नहीं है, then AI will not respond you. So that is what here the Akashida questions will come in handy. So she's asking how the chatbot ensure user privacy. User privacy is all depend on the data that you're carrying out and while you handle the sensitive data. Okay. So if your response, the inherent response is not correct, what intent you are giving that is incorrect, then it is not able to handle that data. And then you can expect the incorrect response as well. So going forward, we have the next part. So we are discussing about for the response generation, then definitely it will generate the appropriate intents or appropriate answer. So moving forward, we have that is learning and adaptation, how the AI will understand that. So learning and adaptation allows the chatbots to get better over time. So it involves using feedback from interactions to improve the future response. It has to give the proper responses on an immediate, or you can expect 100% responses. So what AI here happens, here the logic is that it will learn from the feedback. So for every time the intents that you are giving, every time the feedback changes, and the AI start developing its learning adaptation. So how it works? Learning, there might be learning from so many ways. जब कन्वर्सेशन से लर्न करते हैं, कई कई रेस्पॉन्सेस से लर्न करते हैं, कई कई पर्सनल एक्टिविटी से लर्न करते हैं, उसी सेम पैटर्न में एआई भी करते हैं. So in the same way the AI will also learn. So it learns from conversations, it learns from the responses, it improves the responses, and the third part is about the personalization. Conversations. Conversation मतलब नॉर्मली हम किसी से बात करते हैं. When the chatbot start interacting with many people, for example, if you are running any video on chatbot, so next time if you type something on a YouTube window, it start taking the patterns. It start having the patterns in a different way, and they start giving the same conversational activity. And when the feedback start improving from interactions, it will improve automatically its responses also. So second one is about responses. So it uses the technique from machine learning to adjust its responses, making them more accurate and natural. So third part is about personalization. It may remember your preference to give more tailored responses in the future. So it's all about the personalization. So I think in this workshop, we all are seeing the crazy activities of chatbot. Is it so? So the chatbot can learn from the feedback and it try the different jokes. पहली बार आपने क्या joke दिया? It was a funny joke. Next time आप दे रहे, it was a crazy joke. So यहाँ क्या हो रहा है? आपके पैटर्न बन रहे हैं. सिर्फ टर्मिनोलॉजीज और आपका इनपुट्स और इंटेंट चेंज हो रहा है. बट द मेन एजेंडा वी आर वर्किंग ऑन द जोक्स पैट जोक्स. सो क्या कर रहा है चैटबॉट? उस लर्निंग को पर्सनलाइजेशन से उसको डेवलप कर रहा है. सो व्हाई इट मैटर्स? लर्निंग क्यों जरूरत? इवन चैटबॉट विल आल्सो नॉट अंडरस्टैंड. It becomes more smarter and smarter. It becomes more active, and it will provide better and personalized assistance over a time. So आज क्रेजी वर्कशॉप में हम एक सिंपल बॉट बिल्ड करेंगे. यहाँ भी आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा नॉलेज मिलेगा, जहां आप सिंपल बॉट बनाने में इंटेंट्स को कैसे डेवलप करेंगे, रेस्पॉन्सेस कैसे वो एक्चुअली दे रहा है. So before we go to understand how we can develop a simple bot using dialog flow, हम समझेंगे dialog flow होता क्या है. Dialog flow एक सिंपल प्लेटफॉर्म कहे, एक एनवायरनमेंट कस्टमर एक्टिविटीज में, बट द फ्लो दैट इज द एनवायरनमेंट दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड इज डायलॉग फ्लो. को डिफॉल्ट रिस्पॉन्सेस मिलना शुरू हो जाता है. बट आगे से जैसे आप इसी द्वारा डायलॉग फ्लो से आप ट्रेन करना शुरू, इसका रिस्पॉन्सेस बढ़ते ही जाएगा और इसका पर्सनलाइजेशन एक्टिविटीज. सो बेसिकली आपको समझ में आया होगा, डायलॉग फ्लो इज वन ऑफ द प्लेटफॉर्म, यू कैन से इट इज द कोर प्लेटफॉर्म विद द कोडिंग इज नॉट इन्वॉल्व, इट इज सिंपल, जैसे यू कैन डेवलप योर कन्वर्सेशंस वेरी इजी. Sakshi has a question in the window. Chatbot does not remember the past conversation once the chat ends, but it can refer the preferences within ongoing session or if explicit. How it works then? That is why, Sakshi, I told you. So the more responses, the more way you try to view the intents. For example, you are creating a funny joke, crazy joke, but the agenda is same. It is all about training. It requires a lot of intent. It requires a lot of responses. It requires a lot of training. Data से chatbot और improve होते जाएंगे. I think, Sakshi, your answer is clear or good to go. You can put your response on the chat window. So moving forward, dialog flow. So let's start with the things. That is, so very first and the foremost part is we have to create a dialog flow account. Okay, normal. Then you just search it as dialog flow. It is a console. Console means just like a window, normal window. So let me explain first about this part of dialog flow. So on a ground level, it has some essentials. इसके पास intents है. This greeting bot 234. इसका क्या मीनिंग है? इसका मीनिंग ये है, it's a name of the project. जो हम bot का नाम दे रहे हैं, that is kind of agent भी हम बोलते हैं. But इस सेशन में just आप bot को यूज करेंगे, इंटेंट देंगे, टेस्ट करेंगे, इंटीग्रेशन कहाँ करेंगे नहीं. But in the future, you can all try these activities of integration also. जब आपको chatbot की clear idea आना शुरू हो जाएगा, when you understand the basic application of chatbot, how it works, then you can do the integrations also. You can make the integrations in different websites also. You can make the integrations in different applications also. Okay. Next part is about training part. Train तो करना पड़ेगा. Bot कैसे समझेगा? आप train करेंगे नहीं तो responses उसकी intents को train नहीं करेंगे, then उसका betterment नहीं बनेगा. The bot will not improve. इसलिए training का part रखा गया है. So next one, validation. Validate करेंगे. इसमें बहुत सारी history भी है, analytical part भी है. थोड़ा बेसिकली डायलॉग फ्लो की एसेंशियल्स है. गोइंग फॉरवर्ड, और आप अपने पर्सनल ईमेल आईडी जो भी है आप उससे लॉगिन कर सकते हैं. सो उसके बाद हम जाएंगे, बेसिकली द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज काइंड ऑफ द इंटेंट. सॉरी गाइस, सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, 1 सेकेंड. हाँ, सो विल गो फॉर द डायलॉग फ्लो कंसोल. वी विल साइन इन विद आवर गूगल अकाउंट. आप साइड बाय साइड ट्राई भी कर सकते हैं कैसे बॉट रेस्पॉन्स कर रहे हैं. बाय डिफॉल्ट आपको ऑटोमेटिकली the bot will improve. So just you have to sign in with a Google account, और आपके पास कोई Google account है. तो moving forward for the steps part, हमारे पास steps जो है, very first step, we'll have this window. Going forward, we have to create an agent. जैसे मैं आज की क्लास, आज के सेशन में हम, और a crazy bot, a very best example I can give is the crazy bot. You can give your name as a crazy bot. So let me go to create. तो आपको दिखाऊंगा कैसे एक सिंपल इंटेंट बना सकते हैं. जस्ट गो टू दिस पार्ट. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज एजेंट पार्ट. देन इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस ग्रीटिंग बॉट आई विल रिमूव दिस नेम. इट इज वेरी सिंपल गाइस. इट्स जस्ट अ सिंपल बॉट. नो नीड टू have the deep understanding of this. Simple bot is just, so it is visible over here. For example, कोई then आप कुछ greetings bot, बहुत सारे फंक्शन एक्टिविटीज रहता है ना. सो जैसे ई कॉमर्स के वेबसाइट में ग्रीटिंग एक्टिविटीज को बाय इंडियन टाइमिंग रह सकता है. बाय डिफॉल्ट आज के सेशन में हमने इंग्लिश वाला लैंग्वेज चूज किया है, जोनल वाला, दैट इज द लोकल टाइम जोन. दैट इज अ crazy bot 1 2 3. कैन सेव इट. आई कैन सेव इट एंड दिस वर्क. द नेक्स्ट स्टेप, दैट इज इंटेंट. इंटेंट माना जो भी आप रिस्पॉन्सेस, सॉरी, इंटेंट इज लाइक समथिंग द यूजर इनपुट. जैसे यूजर इनपुट क्या दे रहा है, यूजर इज सीइंग दैट हाई. बॉट क्या करेगा, बॉट उसको रिकॉग्नाइज करेगा, देन द बॉट विल स्टार्ट ग्रीटिंग. ठीक है. सो next step is how to create intent. So you can go to intent section, sabhi, then we will start creating the intent. So in the intent, let me explain the intent part. So training phase mein, let me do 1 second guys. So you are going to create intent. Okay. So once you create intent, we will on the training phase. So let me create high. So these are the different intent. It's a very basic level bot, guys. No need to dig and no need to worry about those activities. Just understand that your intent is having two parts. एक होगा ट्रेनिंग phrases और दूसरा होगा responses in a very simple way. देखिए अभी हमने ट्रेनिंग phases में हमने डेटा दिया है, इसको हम बेसिकली डेटा ही बोल. These are all training phases that we added. Moving forward, since we are testing this bot, we need some responses as well. Responses का भी जरूरत है. These phases will teach how the chatbot recognize the greeting intent. ये सभी हमारे पास greeting intents है. Responses में हम जाएंगे the sixth part. जैसे आप सभी इमेज में देख रहे हैं, responses part में हम डाल सकते हैं how can I help you today. So let me add with this. In the response आप सभी को text response दिख रहा है. How can I help you? So as per the PPT that we can add, hello, what can I do for you? The more you add responses, the more you intent, the better responses the bot will train. What help you need? So moving forward, we have the second, that is the third intent, response. Hey there, I need any assistance. Okay. So I think you are good to go with some 3 training phases as well as the response part. So now let's see what happens for the next part. Sorry, save the intent. Responses आपको मिलेगा. Then now we'll move for the next part, that is the test bot. हम bot को क्या करेंगे? Test करेंगे. So basically हमारे जो window है, try it now. Try it now means we'll test your bot. Okay. Hi and give the enter. See, by default, the response is, hi, how can I help you today? So the response section that you added is, how can I help you today? See, it is all, the essence is like, यहाँ main essence क्या है? Responses और components में देखा, जैसे learning phrase होता है, conversation से भी learning, जैसे हम human beings करते हैं, it's just a simple bot testing. इसी bot आप कहाँ भी use कर सकते हैं, है ना? आपके personal activities के लिए भी use कर सकते हैं. Moreover, I think let's try with one more intent, that is good morning. Let me try with this. Just enter this. We're just testing the bot again. By the default, how can I help you today? So it's kind of for the default because the intent is goodbye. Our intent has saved in the goodbye section, and we'll have the different intents as well here. Okay. So you can try to change your intent. You can try your own intents as well. And a very important part is like, here you can add multiple intents. For example, the slide is showing goodbye intent. In the goodbye intents, we have so many training phrases. Goodbye, you can say, see you later, bye, take care. Next, you can add the responses as well. A very important part here is, even your bot will handle the complex queries using different entities. जैसे आप देख रहे हैं, लोकेशन भी आप डाल सकते हैं. तो डायलॉग फ्लो क्या करेंगे? जब आप लोकेशन डालेंगे तो डायलॉग फ्लो ऑटोमेटिकली आपके लोकेशन को रिकॉग्नाइज करते जाएंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, यू कैन ऐड example न्यूयॉर्क, लंदन, पेरिस. The dialog flow will start automatically recognize it. So we are the users. We are going to do the inputs Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Some days have 20 degrees Celsius. So I think this is one of the activity that you can try in your home as well. Or for queries, you can connect me as well already, as I discussed. Okay. So again, coming to the next part, you can test your bots. Again, once you create your different kind of bot, with the intents, you can test your bot as well. Dialog flow से आपका और improvise होते जाएंगे. So always remember, when you are developing dialog flow console, to the dialog flow console, the 3 things are very, very important. One is your intent part. Next one is the training part. And the third one is the response part. Okay, so it's all about the session, about testing your bot. And very important is, why do we really need the chatbot? Actually important activities है. Chatbot हमारे लिए 24/7 अवेलेबल है. मान के चलिए कोई भी आपके पास एजेंट नहीं है. जब एजेंट भी आपके पास एब्सेंट है, कोई भी एप्लीकेशन हो, कोई भी एक्टिविटी हो, कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट हो, बट आपके चैटबॉट आपका काम 24/7 करेगा. आपके चैटबॉट 24/7 आपके रेस्पॉन्स देंगे. ठीक है. सेकेंड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इंस्टेंट रेस्पॉन्स। बहुत जल्दी से आपको चैटबॉट से क्या होगा, विद इन अ शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम, विद इन अ सेकेंड यू गेट द रेस्पॉन्सेस। कॉस्ट सेविंग भी है, एफिशिएंसी भी बढ़ा सकते हैं, और पर्सनलाइजेशन एक्टिविटीज के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हैं, उतना सारा इंपॉर्टेंस है। एंड लीड जनरेशन एंड सेल्स, आजकल मार्केट इतना ग्रो हो गया है कि हमारे पास लीड एक्टिविटीज sales activities, but and the crazy part is multilingual support. It will support with all the languages, with all the different languages of entire world, you can say. See, just imagine how the knowledge base of AI is powerful, how the AI is very powerful, how the knowledge base is so strong and the foundational. Next one is automation of repetitive tasks. Data collection and insight, targeted data है उसको हम यूज कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट वन, कंसिस्टेंट इन रिस्पॉन्स, you will get very response in a quick way and it is consistency. The application of chatbot, customer support, आजकल अमेजोन, फ्लिपकार्ट, बहुत सारे ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म्स भी है, कस्टमर इंटरेक्शन होता है। नेक्स्ट वन, बैंकिंग सेक्शंस, फाइनेंस सेक्शंस। बैंक में तो हमारे पास बहुत सारे रिपोर्ट्स रहता है, डेटा रहता है ना। बैंक स्टेटमेंट्स, वेरी बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज बैंक स्टेटमेंट। वी कैन इंटरेक्ट द डेटा विथ हेल्प ऑफ चैटबॉट। हेल्थ केयर इंडस्ट्रीज में, स्पेशली हॉस्पिटल्स में, कोई डॉक्टर अपॉइंटमेंट लेना है तो चैटबॉट क्या करेगा, बहुत इजीली इंटरेक्शन करना शुरू करेगा। देन विल गेट अ वेरी क्विक रिस्पॉन्स विथ दिस हेल्थ केयर एक्टिविटीज। एजुकेशन, आजकल के दुनिया में एजुकेशन तो बहुत इजी बन गया है। इन द डिजिटलाइजेशन ऑफ द डिजिटल वर्ल्ड, एजुकेशन हैज बिकम सो इजी फॉर एवरीवन and it is accessible everywhere. By sitting at the corner of any world, we can access all the activities. जहां भी हमारे रियल वर्ल्ड एप्लीकेशन चैटबॉट मदद करेगा। रिक्रूटमेंट में भी हमारे मदद करेगा, कंपनीज में। एंड द वेरी बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज एंटरटेनमेंट। आजकल मैंने स्टार्टिंग में आप सबको दिखाया सोफिया। सोफिया इज बेसिकली हार्डवेयर बेस्ड चैटबॉट। सो इसका मैं बेस्ट एग्जांपल देना चाहता हूँ, दैट इज इन अहमदाबाद। अहमदाबाद में हमारे, तो उस एक्टिविटी में भी हम हार्डवेयर बेस्ड चैटबॉट्स को यूज कर रहे हैं। वेरी बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज सोफिया। सोफिया इज बेसिकली ह्यूमनॉइड रोबोट, आई कैन से इट विल डज ऑल द एक्टिविटी जस्ट लाइक ए ह्यूमन बीइंग। सो नेक्स्ट वन, रियल एस्टेट। तो रियल एस्टेट में भी यूज हो जाता है। देन गवर्नमेंट या पब्लिक सर्विस एक्टिविटीज में भी हमको बहुत सारे मदद मिल जाता है। तो बेसिकली इट इज अ बंडल ऑफ पैकेज, इट इज अ बंडल ऑफ ऑल एक्टिविटीज वेयर द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ चैटबॉट इज इन्वॉल्व। So last on the list, the very important aspect of our today's innovative workshop is सभी को ऐसे innovative और crazy bot को बनाना है, real world application में आप सबको बनाना है। So our company is with developing this industry project and हमारा नाम है Skybot, a very good chatbot provider। यहाँ भी आप देख सकते हैं बहुत सारे एक्टिविटीज है। So it's basically our industry project। आप भी ऐसे चैटबॉट्स को बना सकते हैं वेरी इजीली। सो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड वी हैव लॉट ऑफ एक्टिविटीज विद स्काईबॉट। स्काईबॉट भी एक हमारे बेसिक चैटबॉट है, वो भी हमारे बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज कम्युनिकेशंस में यूज हो जाता है। देन इट विल बी यूज्ड इन वेरियस इंडस्ट्री। जो हमारे कंपनी ने डेवलप किया है उस पर्टिकुलर स्काईबॉट को हम कहाँ, देन यू ऑलवेज हैव अ गुड हेल्प विद दिस। So we can use them in online shopping, customer support activities. Industry project है Skybot, वो क्या क्या हो सकता है? It is also having so many features. जैसे मैंने बताया multilingual, अलग अलग languages को support करेगा, emotion detection है ना, it will understand all the human feelings. Okay, so we can connect to more devices. That is called augmented reality. Industry project बहुत काम करता है. So how it works? So in a simple way, again it is the same activity. इसी बॉट में बहुत सारे टेक्नोलॉजीज इन्वॉल्व हुआ है। एनएलपी आप सीख सकते हैं, मशीन लर्निंग सीख सकते हैं, एआई का एक्टिविटीज हम सीख सकते हैं। ठीक है, सो जैसे कॉर्नर में, सो दैट इज इट इज रेस्पॉन्डिंग योर एक्टिविटीज। इनिशियल मैसेज आप दे, हाउ कैन आई हेल्प यू, so it is going to give all the activities of chatbot. So Skybot is also just like a same chatbot, but यहाँ जो हम बना रहे हैं, यहाँ हम प्रोग्रामिंग एक्टिविटीज को इन्वॉल्व करेंगे। इट इज वन ऑफ द एडवांस्ड, यू कैन से, जैसे हम हमारे इंडस्ट्री प्रोजेक्ट में हम एडवांस्ड प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज को यूज, एडवांस्ड इंडस्ट्री प्रोजेक्ट है। तो बेसिकली एंड you will also learn from the past conversations. It will also learn from the previous responses. how you get better at the math, the more problems you solve. किसी कोई भी मैथ का प्रॉब्लम आपको दिया, सेम कन्वर्सेशन, जितना आप कन्वर्सेशन, जितना रिस्पॉन्सेस ट्रेनिंग फेज को बढ़ाते जाएंगे, उतना ही वो बॉट हमारे प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करते जाएंगे. सो जैसे मैंने बताया, अलग अलग बिजनेसेस में भी यहाँ यूज हो जाता है. ठीक है. सो lastly, going for the summary part, it listens to your questions, it will think like a brain, and it will learn from your basic experiences. जैसे मैंने बताया, it's already always it is available for 24/7. जैसे आप प्रॉब्लम्स को सजेस्ट करेंगे, वैसे वो उसका सॉल्यूशन भी निकाल के आपको देंगे. It helps with problem, it suggests the things, and you can solve all your business problems. तो ऐसे हमारे जो मेन स्काईबॉट इंडस्ट्री प्रोजेक्ट है, बहुत सारे एक्टिविटीज इसमें इन्वॉल्व हुआ है. जैसे आप हमारे डैशबोर्ड आप देख, सरप्राइजिंग एक्टिविटीज है. सो दिस इज अ बेसिक एनालिसिस चैट. जैसे मैंने बताया, चैटबॉट डेटा एनालिटिक्स में भी बहुत काम करते हैं. जैसे आप देख रहे हैं कन्वर्सेशन, यहाँ कन्वर्सेशन है, यहाँ मैसेजेस है, यहाँ कॉन्टैक्ट्स है. सो it will analyze. So for example, if you're checking for the 30 days, it will analyze the data for particular 30 days. It will analyze your messages for last 30 days. It will have the contact details for last 30 days. So इसका main agenda जो है, that is based on updating your knowledge. जितना आप knowledge को update करते जाएंगे, उतना आपको clear insight मिलते जाएंगे. I think we have some question or here window, the chat window. I think Sakshi is saying thank you. Yeah, it's so crazy to hear that. I think it's answered. Okay. So moving forward, we have like, 1 second, guys. So we have a Sky chatbot. So our actual Skybot looks with this chatting window, you can say. जैसे नॉर्मल हम डायलॉग फ्लॉग के यूज कर रहे थे, यहाँ हम थोड़ा बैकएंड में बहुत सारे कोडिंग एक्टिविटीज बना. सो आई थिंक we are good to go with the final part of this workshop, that is a live question answer session. I think Akashita has one more question. Can chatbots unintentionally manipulate or influence the human decisions? Can chatbots unintentionally manipulate or influence the human decisions? It all depends on your knowledge base. It is completely based on your knowledge base, Akashita. The more intentionally you train your knowledge base, the more intentionally it will manipulate. The more you give the updation in your knowledge base as the AI, the more will be the productivity of a chatbot. Then the more will be the manipulation of that particular data, and you'll get the more clear responses from the chatbot. It's not generally to talk unintentionally. It's all about your updation of knowledge base, because it is the core and the foundational part of a chatbot. It is not giving the same, because it is a default response, because it is based on your knowledge base. जैसे आप knowledge base को update कर रहे हैं, उसी तरह आपके चैटबॉट्स भी रिस्पॉन्स कर रहे हैं. बट मोरेओवर इंडस्ट्रीज में क्या होता है, उनकी नॉलेज बेस इज गुड टू सॉल्व विथ योर क्वेश्चन पार्ट. आई थिंक आई आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन इफ यू आर नॉट रॉन्ग. सो आई थिंक, इज इट योर आंसर क्लियर? सो यू कैन जस्ट टाइप yes or no in the window chat. I'll be waiting for your response. I think Akashita, it's good to go with your question. So winding up with the last part of our workshop, that is like, it's your business certification. So wherever now, everywhere there is a requirement of certification, whether you go for any industry to work, whether you work on any chatbot activities, whether you're involved in any AI product development, everywhere this certifications matter a lot. जैसे आप सभी स्टूडेंट्स हैं, स्टूडेंट के जर्नी में certifications matter बहुत करता है. So this is our basic certifications that we offer for every student who have enrolled for our workshop today. So आज की workshop जो भी enroll किए सभी को free certification मिलेगा. So it is offered by our Navishkar. So the crazy activities about nurturing curiosity, and it will always ignite your innovations. Thank you so much.